So, in case anyone didn't notice, I at some point started just using, like, Vert as, like, flirt voice.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Excuse us. Boing.
Yeah. Huh? Who are you?
It's like her spine is a frying pan and she's flipping pancakes.
A little bit.
Nice to meet you. My name is Vert. I'm just going to give you my name. You know, that's not going to tip you off at all. Excuse me.
There are plenty of people with that name in this planet.
Yeah. Excuse me, but do you work here?
Yes. Now what brings you to the Basilica?
We came in hopes of seeing Lady Blackheart. May we have the honor of seeing the lady?
That cannot be done. Lady Blackheart is not seeing anyone now.
Boing. Whoop.
Why are you closing in on me?
Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm making gestures with my hands to indicate that she's using her boobs as nunchucks.
Just do it.
No, I'm not actually doing
talk.
that.
Just talk.
Well, I do have a hard time seeing, so I need to come close. So, again, about meeting the lady?
No means no.
Can you please make an exception?
No.
Please?
You too?
I want to see the lady, Oni-chan.
Oh, Oni-chan?
That's a weird accent for that word.
Who are you calling brother?
That accent and that word don't go together.
No, not really.
Not if I want to pronounce it right. Are you sure, even after our pleas?
How many times do I have to tell you? No. I realized I was kind of slipping into the voice I was doing for If, so I need to pull it back slightly.
You've done many voices for the Basilicomoids.
Yeah, I know.
Oni-chan.
I am not your brother.
So bad.
Just because I'm a guy doesn't mean it's going to work. I have no interest in little girls like you. Now get out.
Okay, did we give up?
Dang.
Report, Sergeant. Mission failed. I can't believe the two directional aspects didn't work. What? Is that like a game controller term?
I'm going to guess she
sticks?
means more like we tried someone who's super mature and someone who's really petite. And
well,
he didn't give
I'm
a
just
shit.
deciding that she named her boobs after the left and right control stick.
Maybe.
Okay, now I'm thinking about it. No, not thinking about that.
All right.
So I guess we can't expect Nora to help much then. I am truly sorry. By the way, Blanc, the Oni-chan theme was excellent. A bit off. What? No, I just read in a book that meant like these approaches. Oh, what's this about an Oni-chan? You stupid. It's none of your concern. Oh, why are you blushing, Oni-chan? It's weird that I have to keep saying this.
Why are they calling her Big Brother now?
I don't know. That's weird. Vert, why you? Any more and I'm going to reap them. Any more and I'm going to reap the melons of yours. All three of them.
I can put on a blindfold and take them down to the beach.
What?
Pick up the baseball bat and just reap the melons.
Okay.
I don't know.
Taking her boobs to the beach. Got it. I don't know why you need the blindfold, but I won't judge this time. I want to see the lady, Oni-chan. Stop it! All you were doing was hanging those udders of yours. Christ. I should have made you do half the goddesses, so that this wouldn't be so terrible.
No, you're literally doing all of them, and I'm doing the side character.
Well, if Pishi or Plutia get a line, you have to say them.
Okay.
All I did was use my aptitudes, not that you would understand. Boo! What you say, tit for praise? Seeing them tickle makes me want to puke. I can't help my... Never use the word undulating for a part of your own body. That's not flattering. I can't help my undulating breasts. Obviously a theme you need not worry of.
Oh no!
That didn't actually help.
No. Well, now she's angry.
Alright, that's it. I'm sending those lumps of fat of yours to the grave. Oh, should I use, like, shitty Valley Girl voice for, like, her transformed form?
I don't know. It's your choice.
Yeah, but which one do you hate more?
I hate everything.
Okay, let's stop.
No, it's
Final
fine.
thoughts?
No, continue.
Okay. My, and do you really think you have what it takes to defeat me? Iffy, I feel like the console war is going to start, like, now.
It has nothing to do with the consoles. This is just painful. Let me stop this. I don't know. We're just straight up going there without Noir.
Okay.
Apparently. We couldn't get her attention at the Basilicom, so we're just gonna say fuck it and go there without her.
I guess that's fine, because I don't have to voice everyone.
Yeah, everyone all at once.
So, Avenir Storage number 4. What was our plan?
We're just gonna go in.
We tried to talk to Noir and couldn't find her, so we're just gonna go waltz
So we're just gonna go there. Yeah.
Waltz into a place that's probably just a trap for Neptune.
Well, it was like, oh no, we need to get Noir because that'll help our party, and she'd be willing to help us. And then they didn't let us see her, so we're just going there without her.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would have liked some shenanigans to try and talk to Noir that weren't, like, weird. Like, maybe something intelligent, but okay.
Yeah.
Sneak in the window. But anyways. So this is where the exchange will take place. So, Blanc, how are you planning to stop the exchange? Easy. I'll destroy everything. Blanc really thinks exactly how she looks.
Does she?
Oh. Did you say something? No, sir. Nothing, sir.
Still, it does make sense. It would deter any future transactions.
They can't transact when they're dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
If so, let us hurry, as depending on the numbers, this may take some time. Oh, okay, good.
Neat. We actually get to play the game!
Nice. Yeah, I want to see Noir again, but also, I'm not sure, because I was doing just slightly deeper than my regular voice for her, so I'm thinking this is going to be hard when I have that many characters.
It might be, just a little bit. You okay?
As you can hear, I'm having some trouble. I got water right here.
Okay.
Sorry if me drinking water sounds gross on mic.
Yeah, that's fine. It does.
Yeah. Yep, you can probably... We have a really good microphone, so you can probably hear my heart beating, which is probably gross.
Maybe.
Do you think... Okay, so I don't do audio editing. I know nothing about that stuff.
Yeah.
Josh is basically our producer.
I do everything.
He is our master.
I literally do everything.
He is his own master, and when we do LPs, he is also mine. But, okay, so just, if you amped it up high enough...
You would not be able to hear someone's heartbeat now.
Okay.
Not on our microphone.
Okay, well, I mean, if we, pressed it up against our chests,
no, it would,
that would be
maybe,
terrible.
But it would be absolutely fucking, it would be
inadvisable.
impossible. No, it would be impossible. If you turned it up that loud, you'd hear the room noise before you heard anything else.
Okay. Is that because of, just all of the meat in the way to dampen the sound?
That's part of it, and also, like I said, room noise. Room noise, it would be incredibly loud comparatively, and room noise is... Even in the quietest of rooms, room noise is a very obvious...
it's just air bouncing off of the walls and stuff, right?
Well, room noise it's air and it's anything else going on in the room at that
Dust landing on the microphone?
No, well... I mean, sure, to some extent that might be it, but that's not really what I mean. It would be like we'd be able to hear the computer in the background, like the fan going off. people outside the room who might have their voices bouncing around without us even hearing them normally, and things like that.
Okay. So that is like people in another apartment talking is louder than our heartbeats.
Yeah, in some cases. I mean, it's also because this is a microphone that's designed to pick up sound, so it's going to pick up, well, it's designed to pick up voices specifically, so you're going to pick up sounds that are not that subtle, like voices and things like that, way the hell before you pick up anything.
You know what? Yeah, there would have to be different kinds of microphones, wouldn't there?
To some extent, but really the only big difference is like whether or not they're picking up certain sorts of noises. It's not like you're going to have one mic that's specially designed to pick up heartbeats. You might have a mic that's better at sensing more subtle noises and might boost those, or you might
there's heartbeat detecting machines.
Well,
they're
yeah,
just
but
not
that's
for
different.
this.
It's not a microphone. I can tell you that right now.
Presumably there's like things for detecting any kind of weird specialized shit like that, and that they can then have a thing that detects not that.
That's the event.
I don't know how microphones work.
I don't think that's how that would actually go down, no. I think that's wrong.
I could probably tell you some stuff about how GIMP 2.6, the open
illegal
source hardware. What? Oh. No, GIMP isn't.
Yeah, no.
No, GIMP is just the open source, I think it's Linux-based Photoshop knockoff that I've been using for the last dozen years.
Is it actually owned by Adobe as well, or am I totally wrong?
No, it's open source.
Okay.
But I could tell you a lot about that, and I could probably tell you a lot about coffee, and
coffee,
and about which Pokemon designs I like. But I don't know shit about
that's
microphones.
An opinion. That's
or
not even like a specialty or.
Well, I know my opinions. I'm an expert on my opinions. I should assume that everyone is an expert on their own opinions.
Probably.
I don't think this needs explaining.
Maybe not.
I mean, it's possible to not make up your mind about something, but then you know that your mind isn't made up, right?
I guess. Speaking of Pokemon, by the way, we're still in that weird time period where everyone's waiting for Pokemon Switch, and there are rumors abound, and it's starting to destroy certain communities. It's kind of amazing. We're right in that weird gap where it's like...
Just use a skill.
Screw it. I'm just going to hit them like this. These things are super hard to hit for some weird reason. But we're in that weird time period. See what I mean? We're in that weird time period where between game releases, if you know that there's a game coming out, especially a Pokemon game or something like that, we wind up in a situation where like people are just making fakes every other day. And it's amazing to sit down and actually watch this, because I've watched it for like the last 5 generations.
Like how you could put in Mega and then any Pokemon and find like 5 different designs for a fake Mega evolution.
It probably, yeah. I meant more along the lines of there are people making really competent attempts at simulating Sugimori art for fake Pokemon.
Yeah, and then they like print it out and take a photo, so it looks like they just saw it in
real clever, actually.
That's like they saw it on a newsstand in Japan and took a photo with their phone. It's like, no. This was in your apartment
You
in
don't
America.
you don't do the I saw news about it in Japan thing anymore. Maybe when we were like 10 that still flied, but you don't do that anymore. Nowadays it's...
When we were 10, no one even knew what Pokemon was, or the internet.
Nowadays when you do it, it's not I saw it in a newsstand, it's I saw it because I'm a leaker. I'm somebody who works for the company, or I know someone who works for the company, and this is just stuff that they've entrusted to me and stuff like that.
And they're just giving it out for attention?
Yeah, it's just completely fake, and either they're giving it up for attention or they're actively giving it up to mess with people. Which is incredibly common. People just literally, it's one of those, some people just want to watch the world burn kind of situations. Where they're just like, I just want to watch people get their hopes up and then have them completely destroyed. And it's like, oh boy.
And it's like, I get the appeal, but stop.
It's starting to get kind of annoying, to be honest, because after, maybe like 4, maybe 5 generations of this, it's like we're starting to see repeats of things, and it's like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes people are using the same Pokemon they used 3 generations ago for these, and it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, when we were 10, the best you got was that there was like one kid on the playground who had internet access and also knew that Pokemon came from Japan, and the rest of us didn't know. So they could say whatever they wanted, but they just said Peekaboo over and over.
Well, when I was a kid, I actually went on vacation during the time that Gold and Silver was going to come out but wasn't out yet. And when I was on vacation, I saw a bunch of Japanese cards that had just released that were the original. What was that set called? It's like the island set or something like that. That had a bunch of the. There were a bunch of specially made promotional cards that had Gen 2
yeah, I remember
Pokemon
it being
on
like
them.
a tropical island theme, and there were a lot of them.
And I wanted to pick them up, but the store that had gotten them had just gotten them, and they were like, for a set, it was maybe like $20, and it was like, I was a kid, I didn't have $20 to burn on cards.
Kids don't have $20.
Yeah, I had maybe $5.
And kids don't understand that you could save $5 every time you get it, and you'd eventually have 20.
Yeah, but I was on vacation. I was only there for like a week.
Yeah, that too. Oh, she voiced this and then stopped. They're voicing.
Yeah.
What a nice surprise.
Yeah, I thought you were
Ganache.
waiting for me to say it.
He's gonna die in this fight, I betcha.
He's not going to show up in this fight. He's not going to get a... I'll be delightfully surprised if he has a 3D model, but if
I don't
so,
think he
why
does.
didn't they give him a character portrait? Like a real one.
Compa's like, I'm tired of seeing him.
From now on, your name is Mid-Boss.
So why sell to
At least give him a mask or something. Make him more interesting looking, because he's just some guy.
Or give him a bunch of clones that just have different styles of glasses or hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I just kind of want the characters to have bigger portraits, and like he's a reoccurring villain.
Wait,
Is
Yeah.
he not important
I
enough?
revere only one. And
Oh
that
no,
is
it's
Lady White.
Momus. Wait, what?
Oh, they're still doing that thing.
Oh, okay.
Because we never
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
caught Arfwar.
Yeah, that's true. She dropped a fucking kill machine on us.
What are the odds that they think they're actually working for Whiteheart and not in on it? Very
Maybe.
low.
Maybe.
I think the odds are very low, but
Because Arfwar is the one who's sitting there pretending to be.
yeah, and she's also
what's-her-face.
conversation, so she's going around and telling people shit.
That she's from. She's going around specifically telling people she's from Loe.
Yeah, and that she's got all this super important information.
So he follows Blonde. That means if
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not saying the C at the end of Blanc.
Yeah, they're just calling her Blonde.
Is
I've
that
never
how
heard.
that
I
goes?
don't think so. I've only ever heard it pronounced Blanc.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
Well, the way you did it there, where you were all Frenchy, it wasn't really a hard C.
No, it's not a hard C
have
in
another
French.
task
It is a very subtle C, but there is a C there. It's still Blanc.
Yeah, well, it's just, she was just saying blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
halt,
Well, I'm not gonna do it that way. That's weird.
you
What?
only knew the power of the white side.
What?
What?
Well, I, Neptune,
So that's
will
a
show you
weird-
Lady Whiteheart.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I am Lady Whiteheart.
So,
No, that's not true.
okay, he sounds like he's...
They're doing Star Wars.
Star Wars doesn't exist.
Okay, what were you saying?
It sounds like he's actually, like,
Sincere
not aware
about
of
this?
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
And be prosperous.
That's Star
Neptune,
Trek.
shut up.
I see Neptune is incredibly incorrect.
Do you think
when
these
it
references were in the original Japanese?
I don't think
Because it's
so.
not, like, out of the
No.
question,
I'm
but they're
gonna guess
very
they were not.
painfully cornball.
Yeah, this is. I've heard that the dub on this is pretty good, but that there are some lines that they absolutely butchered and ruined. So.
Yeah, which can be good. That can be great because it can be funny. But sometimes it's like you know that they just sort of shoved this in.
Sacrifice of others
Yeah.
is not what I want to see. I will forgive
So
you. So stop such
he's
foolishness.
just sort of okay. Okay, he's either
You
actually
can't be
astonished
Lady Whiteheart.
or he's melting and about to turn into a monster.
He's freaking out.
He's dying.
He's like, you can't feel any white heart.
I can't hear you. Speak up like a man.
You can't
How
feel
do
any white
these
heart.
things on her
be
shoulders
the fake I'm
connect
hearing
to
of.
her skin?
Tape?
Tape? Glue?
What, the things on her shoulders?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Magic. I'm
Maybe
sure it's
magic.
magic.
They look like they're pretty tight. Those might be very stiff, and then maybe there's a steadier connection at the elbow.
Double-sided tape.
No. It would work if it's steady all the way down the arm, with a hinge on the elbow, but then the elbow has an actual, like, a tapering on it, so that it sticks to the forearm better. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
It's anchored to a piece of cloth that could stick to the arm better, but it would be lower down than where we're looking at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say it's painted
I'm the real
on.
one, and the
Yeah,
other
it could
one
be.
is
I mean,
a
they're like half robot goddesses anyway, so.
Yeah. Only half robot? They could be all robot. We don't
You're
know.
the fake hedgehog.
I'm telling ya, I'm the
Yeah,
real
that's a
deal.
reference that
It's
makes
been
sense to
already.
be here.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Just it would be very appropriate.
I would never be this much of a swearer.
She wasn't swearing.
When
though.
did she swear? Was I just not paying attention?
No, she said hell, but that was it.
Oh.
I've seen these types at expos and conventions before.
Oh. My waifu isn't pure. That's what's going on.
Is this is exactly what happened to If
Kind
though?
of go into depression
Yeah,
after
kind
all
of, except
right?
that If is not, like, invested in the idea of purity so much as just like, oh, this lady's actually embarrassing.
Blog.
Like, it's not as...
They're literally
oh,
saying
yeah,
it.
yeah,
though.
but, like, this guy's having a heart attack over it. It's different.
This much of a gamer.
It's also not as embarrassing.
My iffy. I didn't miss that.
Oh, yeah, she didn't... Okay, so they've been kind of flip-flopping on whether or not Vert
would never
and
hate you
If
for that.
are mutually flirting with each
I
other.
would love to see
Sometimes
what
it feels like
you guys
If's
do.
completely not into it, but that started as her being into it
Yeah.
before they even met. Like, they're
And she's
really
still kind of
inconsistent.
into it.
Yeah, she is now, but she wasn't in earlier scenes.
Yeah.
Yikes!
Get your smooch out of my
Yeah.
way. I got some stinking
Get your
to take
smooch
care
out of my way?
That confirms it.
Is that now like the way she's? It's like maybe the idea is she's implying they're kissing, but it sounds like she's just using it as a weird word for ass.
Yeah.
Can't be her.
I'll kick you in the smooch. You know, it sounds like you can. Anything sounds like a word for ass if you say it a certain way.
They didn't even use that line in there. He went, she's loving, caring, so you can't be her, but then there's the thing in the actual...
Look,
We'll just assume that it was the French SpongeBob narrator who said it.
Yeah. 1 hour later.
I'm a little scared.
It cuts back to a scene of him just sitting in a kitchen on fire.
Get in the way of resolution.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
For my
So this is going on a bit long.
Yeah, this is getting a little long. I'm guessing we're gonna have another boss battle here.
Yeah, because they always want to load us up with this beforehand.
Unfortunately, I must
Yeah.
hurry, so I will get this over quickly.
So as far as we know, he is just straight up being deceived.
Back to sleep.
That
Yeah,
may be why
So,
he gets a character portrait and shows up repeatedly, but does not get a full portrait because he's never going to be in a fight.
yeah, and what I'm gonna go ahead and take a wild guess on here is Avenir is legitimately they actually do follow Whiteheart, and they thought that what they were doing was correct. So taking over Last Station and destroying Last Station would help Loey, and that would technically be correct. But it's like Blanc even told him, that's not what I want. That's not what I've ever wanted. That's not how that works. And then on top of that, they're being deceived by the fake Lady Whiteheart, which is Arfoire, who maybe is working on her own and has just,
She just wants
actively
them all
gone in
dead.
and used her like lies to basically convince him and the rest of Avenir that that's who she is and this is what she wants.
Yeah, and it seems like all of the goddesses on their own are just kind of like, well, I'm supposed to fight that person, but otherwise I'm just gonna sit over here. And it's just they need to be reminded constantly that they're supposed to fight.
Yeah.
Think of it.
So it's literally just Arfar. Just all of it is just Arfar.
Yeah.
I don't like that's fine, but then I don't know. Let's see her more, or maybe give her some villain minions that are more
Does it look like
prominent. I don't know. It's mostly about these 4 girls learning about friendship
We'll have you all perish in the
with
name of
2
Lady
other
Whiteheart.
friends on the side who aren't as powerful, so their friendship isn't
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fight serious.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
it's
red.
a red Killachine now.
Okay.
Oh boy, is he actively yeah, he's Killachine Mark III. Well, good to know.
The red means he's faster.
The red means he's a stronger version.
It does.
Yeah, because he's like a red slime. Let me see. What do I want to? I guess I just want to buff everybody and then rush
To
in.
take me
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.